200 years ago, from out of the world's largest desert, known as the Empty Quarter, a group of Bedouin Arabs migrated to an island on the Persian Gulf. They found fresh water and decided to settle here.
50 years ago, this was the city. Fast-tracked to today, and now Abu Dhabi is one of the fastest growing economies. With towering skyscrapers and an unbelievable sense of luxury, the city promises to be a mystery to be enjoyed.
Abu Dhabi is capital of the largest of the United Arab Emirates, and whilst everything about it is forward-looking, this heritage club preserves the desert lifestyle from which today's citizens are all proudly descended.
Here I would like to show you from where Abu Dhabi started from just a well. And then later on with the time they found oil.
It's quite hard to believe that the city grew so fast and this is where it started.
Yes, unbelievable.
I believe this heritage village was actually built to educate people about the city.
Of course, it's mostly because the traditions and customs of Bedouins, they were much more different from ours. That's why the government also helps us to make it more closer to their lifestyles. Here I wanted to show you something more different than from the Bedouin lifestyle and caravan style, the tents. Here it is the settlement, the house, which is called Arish, and it was done by Emirati, by Bedouins. And you know, the most interesting idea about it is that it's all made from palm fronds.
Wow.
And from palm trees.
That's actually quite amazing. How long would something like this take to build?
I would say like around 2 weeks.
Inventive and resourceful, this Arabic way of building is full of surprises.
And this is Barjil. Actually, Iranians, they invented this. How does it work? Is the connection, the crisscross materials outside. They're catching winds from different directions and then delivering the cooler air to the surface.
I really have to try this. This is so weird. Literally, when I was standing outside, I know you guys can't see it, there was absolutely no wind. Look at my hair. I could have a Marilyn Monroe moment right now. Do you have a camera?
Oh, yes.
Perfect.
Much of its early wealth was founded on the pearl trade, but since oil was discovered in the 1960s, the city has become a powerhouse that accounts for 2/3 of the UAE's $400 billion economy. Reflecting that wealth is a hotel sitting in 100 hectares of garden. It spans over a kilometer from wing to wing.
The Emirates Palace is one of the leading properties in Abu Dhabi and renowned around the world as one of the most expensive hotels. The palace was created to offer guests absolute comfort and luxury in an Arabian fantasy. This I have to see myself.
At the heart of the palace rises this 72-meter central dome in gold, crystal, and mother of pearl. It's a tribute to the riches that divers once brought back from the waters of the Gulf. As for their suites, it's with good reason they're named after other jewels like diamonds and pearls.
I'm in complete awe. This place is beyond spectacular.
Well, you're in the Palace Suite, one of the best suites in Emirates Palace. The suite is 680 square meters. It's very spacious. It has 3 bedrooms, 1 dining room and 1 living room.
Every time we step into a new space, I feel like a little surprise awaits me.
It is indeed. We're in the master bedroom of the Palace Suite. It's one of the 3 bedrooms. I mean, look at this. It's spacious. It's just...
I like how Mohammed just mentions that it's spacious. I mean, you can't help but step into a room like this and feel like you've arrived. I think the big question, Mohammed, for me is how much does it cost to stay here per night?
Well, it's only $15,000.
I like how he just says only $15,000 per night.
I mean, I would like to show you some of the details from the minute you enter the room. You have Swarovski diamond touches. The walls are made of pure silk.
Yeah.
Let's touch them.
Pure silk?
It's pure silk from India.
Wow. Absolutely amazing. It is so smooth, it's so silky. It feels like you were, I almost said holding a baby's bottom, but I won't say that.
It's hard to find words that match the opulence of the gold and marble bathrooms. As a country with the 4th largest oil reserves in the world, big business happens here, and this level of luxury reflects that. Keeping it in perspective is the knowledge that big oil deals struck in hotels like this also help fund free education in the UAE, which has a 91% literacy rate. The families who rule here invest in their people and their products.
I'm so excited to meet a South African who's one of the top chefs here at Emirates Palace. He's going to make me the famous 24-carat camel burger. I'm super stoked because I've never tried camel before, but because it has so much gold on it, I think it doesn't have as many calories. I believe there's quite an interesting story in how this burger actually came about.
Yes, definitely. I mean, we proposed to our guys a couple of months back to do a festival of burgers, and one of the guys actually suggested that we do a camel burger. At first, this idea was kind of frowned upon, but I mean, we work with adding different ingredients to it, and obviously we thought of topping it off with 24 carats. I mean, on average, we're going through between 3 to 4 kilo of gold every day, and that's across the whole resort. Lorna, to top off a meal, we're going to offer you a 24-carat gold cappuccino,
wow,
which is our signature coffee here in the palace.
This unique twist on a classic American favorite includes truffle mayonnaise on a gold-dusted bun, Arabic pickles, traditional tabbouleh salad, fried onion and mozzarella cheese.
The camel's quite gamey, but a very tasty piece of meat. Strangely, I can't taste the gold, but I think it's a thought that counts.
Having taken time to digest her lunch before swimming, Lorna headed for the city's next spectacle, Yas Water World. Developed on a man-made island 25 square kilometers in size, it's understandably a magnet in this climate.
Tim, it's quite creative that the entire theme park is based on a fairy tale story.
It is. It's a very fantastical story about a young Emirati girl named Donna who many years ago was on this quest for this giant pearl that her village lost. And during this quest, she traveled all across the deserts and accumulated friends and foes, and then ultimately the short version of the story is this giant pearl rises up out of the sea and creates this beautiful oasis.
In this kind of heat, I'm really looking forward to getting to the water. To be perfectly honest with you, I'd rather do that, kind of lazy about in the water. That is going to freak me out a little bit, but I'm going to do it for all my viewers back at home. That definitely looks like my kind of fun. I can't wait to get into it.
The Dwama is a 20-meter high funnel in which you get the sensation of being swept up in a water spout and then shot out the bottom.
That was so cool. That was absolutely amazing. I want to do that again. I love you, Abu Dhabi!
The platform for the Jebel Drop offers the best view of the park. It's also no place for scaredy cats.
Oh my gosh, I just had the fear. You know what it is? They lock you in, it feels like you're in a coffin and all you hear is 3, 2, 1 and you're done. But I'll meet you guys down there, right? Okay.
Enjoy!
If the Bedouin nomads whose great-great-great-grandchildren play here could have seen this 21st century oasis, they wouldn't have believed their eyes.
Oh my God. That is probably the most thrilling thing I've ever done. It's literally a 20-meter drop. As you're about to get scared, you feel like your stomach is in your throat, is in your head. You drop so quickly, the adrenaline kicks in and you're like, this is amazing! I want to do it again! But I'm not going to.
Greater thrills lay in store at Ferrari World. Built with double the amount of steel in the Eiffel Tower, it's the world's largest indoor theme park. But there is one ride that cannot be contained under any roof.
The Formula Rossa is the fastest roller coaster in the world. It reaches 240 kilometers per hour in less than 5 seconds with 4.5 Gs. In a nutshell, it simulates the forces of a Formula One car. I think I've said enough.
When you're flying at these sorts of speeds, anything that comes off you could be pretty dangerous. So all accessories must be booked in for safekeeping before you ride.
If I disappear, you know that I was number 23, okay?
The Formula Rossa is the closest most of us will ever get to the feeling of F1. and it's effectively a simulator for the island's Yas Marina race circuit, which has hosted the Formula One Abu Dhabi Grand Prix since 2009. Lorna needed no more convincing that this was like the real F1 experience.
The things in your life that you know you need to do just because you need to tick the box, that is definitely one of them. I was so thrilling, I'm shaking, but definitely the best adrenaline feeling in my life.
At sunset, it was out into the desert for music and dance. The UAE has a diverse musical landscape, from the Liwa style originating in the Great Lakes region of Africa to the folk belly dancing practiced from the Middle East all across North Africa to Morocco.
What stood out for me is that although the city has quite a diverse culture, the people have such a high respect for their heritage, which dates back many, many years. I've had the time of my life doing things that I would have ordinarily never done before, and I think those quality moments make the city the perfect holiday destination.
Lorna had traveled 11,000 kilometers from South Africa, only to find herself feeling right at home amongst the Emiratis. If you want to work off a 24-carat burger, here's how to do it. Our direct flight to the 21st century adrenaline-driven heart of this desert kingdom is proudly brought to you by South African Airways.